All right, I'd like to just say that I appreciate you asking me, you and Avery asked me to do your project with you. This is what I actually love to do as a school resource for the city of Newburyport. You know, that way kids see me in a different element. I mean, kids usually look at a police officer, and a lot of them your age may get scared.
Intimidated, yeah.
Right. That's not my intent. My intent of being a school resource officer is being up there and helping you kids, feeling safe up at schools, because everybody should have a right to be safe. And also doing projects like this. This is one of my loves that I love to do, because it's, you know, people look at police officers as always looking at the bad people.
Right. Okay. So question number 1 is, how often do you get reports of cyberbullying, and who do they come from most? Meaning, like, the kids or the parents or the whatever, I don't know.
Well, 80% of the cyberbullying here comes from teenagers, okay? And 10 to 20% of the bullying and cyberbullying, it's on an everyday occurrence.
You get them every day?
I wouldn't say me personally every day.
Yeah, but it's like, do they get heard of, I guess?
Yes, I mean, it comes in waves. Like the past 2 weeks I've been handling some situations. And so, you know, you might have a busy week regards to stuff like this, cyberbullying and texting and Facebooking. But then I may not hear anything for a month, 2 months. So it seems like it comes in waves.
Question number 2 is, why do you think cyberbullying happens?
I think it's because it's just an easy way of someone to say their feelings without confronting, you know, one-on-one like this. Cause I think by doing it like on a camera or texting or Facebooking like that, it's a coward way to say, you know, that hurtful feelings.
Question number 3 is, what is your outlook on cyberbullying as a parent, police officer, and everyday Newburyport citizen?
Well, as a police officer, it's very time-consuming for us. It depends on the age level. I mean, obviously, when you're talking about 4th and 5th graders, you know, I think they understand, but they don't get it.
Right.
So you have to have a little more patience with the parents, and hopefully to discuss with the parents and their child the consequences of what could happen on kids' feelings getting hurt, where it gets to be a little up the ante per se at your level, because you know what's right and from wrong, and it just like no is no. Okay.
Right.
And in high school, then it's even worse. So it's like when it gets to the high school level, it's
10 times worse than
10 times worse.
Graders, right?
But the definition of it, of the bullying, also, you need 3 times. Because, you know, what if you and your friend had a little spat?
Right.
Okay, and then that's going to happen.
There's plenty of those.
Right. You're right. And the thing is, you know, you're going to cross each other's paths at one time, and, you know, they may say something under their breath enough for you to hear.
Right.
Now, that's not classified as bullying. It's making a statement. It may be hurtful. But when it's over 3 times, now it's classified as bullying.
If it comes back, like, repeatedly.
Right.
Okay, so next question is, how do you think we as a community could make the cyberbullying percentages go down?
I think just more education in the media, maybe.
More learning about it and what it does to people?
Right, and the consequences that could hurt the person who's getting bullied to a point that their self-esteem is low.
Right.
And so they could hurt themselves. And when kids hurt other kids, they don't realize is when the kid gets, you know, does suicide, that's a criminal offense. And we just heard that last year on the Hadley West girl.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why the DA's been stepping up on this bullying bill.
Yeah. Next question is, in your opinion, how big is the difference between the concepts of cyberbullying and face-to-face bullying?
Cyberbullying and face-to-face bullying.
Do you think there is a difference?
I don't think there's a difference. I think it depends on the individual.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some kids that are shy, they may use their texting method or
Their secret
Facebook.
identity on the internet, I guess.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah. You know, so where someone may be more outgoing, they played sports, you know, against each other, so they know each other a little better, so they would probably say things more to their face.
Who do you think is more likely to cyberbully? Do you think the shy one, or do you think the person who has a lot of friends who, like, just fits in with everybody? Do you think...
Well, there was a stat out there saying that they feel the girls are less to get cyberbullied than the boys. I don't believe that.
I don't either.
I think it's the opposite. I think boys, it's going to be more bullying face-to-face,
Mm-hmm.
where girls would tend to not say it to their face-to-face, but they use the technology to bully you.
Right. Like, even as a teenager in the middle school, I don't hear nearly as much as about boys being cyberbullied rather than girls, because it's just, I guess it's kind of a competition in a way, maybe, because it's who's, you know.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, next question. When did you notice the amounts of cyberbullying to go up, and why do you think they continued to?
I think it's the last few years with me, being in the schools more. We get more reports from, like the vice principals will maybe give me a heads up with a name in case this bullying happens.
Does it really get that bad? Like,
It can, yes. At certain levels it can. Especially at the high school level, because some kids at older age, they may act out, you know, physical end.
Right. And the last question is, how do you define cyberbullying?
I define cyberbullying anything technology, you know, the Facebook, online. We had a situation that, I'm not sure, sure you heard of it, but maybe a few years ago, 3 students, not in our school, one went to our school, did an online Facebook in this kid's name.
Mm-hmm.
So when this kid that went to our school, people were saying different things to him, and his feelings were getting hurt, and he couldn't understand why his feelings. And when someone, started saying, well, you said this, and he said, no, I don't. I don't even have a Facebook.
Right.
People didn't believe that. So when he told his mother, going home crying, that his mother went on Facebook first,
Mm-hmm.
and saw that was, a Facebook page that was a clearly identity fraud.
Mm-hmm.
So the mother called the school, and the school turned it over to me. I listened to her story, but I turned it over to Inspector Brunel, because he's the master of cyber.
Right.
He does all our computer stuff. So, and that's how he found, by tracing through Facebook, some type of they're
Right.
using the names,
Right.
and where it came from, of a street. So that's when they identified 3 individuals.
Mm.
And then they got criminally charged for it. So, and that's one of the first times that teenagers got, and no report.
In jail?
No, they weren't in jail, but they have conditions of doing a project.
Mm-hmm.
They have to stay off Facebook or any type of technology, unless they can only use the computer to do a project with a parent there, but they can't use any technology for a year. And an apology letter.
Mm.
That's the first time in the report that, we had to charge somebody. That's how bad it was. And kids have to understand these days that it's just gotten out of control. Everybody wants to go to school, be safe and happy, and it's the best time of your life.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate it very much.
All right, anytime.